have a Clemson tattoo.
Where's the tattoo?
I told my PR person, I told her I wouldn't tell her.
Because the PR person, I was like...
I did tell her right before. I was like, can I say this? I applied to Duke, UNC, Tulane, and then a bunch of smaller schools I was looking to play baseball at. So.
You're about to say USC?
No, not at all. I didn't even apply. Thank the Lord I did not apply to USC.
I applied to USC. That was like my top school. I know.
No.
But I chose Clemson. I'm happy I did.
Gosh.
Welcome to Between the Stripes. I'm Mariah Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about the Clemson experience and the ins and outs of student life. Today I'm here with Zach Freeman. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me. I'm super pumped to be here.
So you are a part of CUSG, obviously, you're president. Can you tell me a little bit about that and your journey getting there?
Yeah, for sure. My journey to getting president of student government is not like most. I wasn't involved in student government in high school, and I wasn't involved in student government prior to joining, but my journey is just getting involved, getting plugged in here at Clemson, finding various avenues to serve in those capacities, and then that ultimately grew my leadership skills. So I continued learning about Clemson and learning I loved it more and more, and ultimately I felt that calling to serve at the highest capacity, which is student body president. So it's been such a blessing to give back to Clemson because Clemson's given me so much, and definitely forever indebted to this institution. So what made you want to become president? Because you said you really didn't come from a student body president background in high school. You said you did baseball. Mm-hmm. So how did you get into that? Yeah, it's so interesting you say that. I was a year ago today, if you would have asked me, I would have called you crazy. Dude. I was gonna go be our fraternity president, but
oh wow.
So started with the fraternity here at Clemson, and then continued to get plugged in. My mentors and big brothers in the fraternity kind of encouraged me to break free of that fraternity bubble. So I continued to get plugged in, joined the IPTE Student Advisory Board, which is the athletics world, and then Order of Omega, which is more another Greek honor society, and then College of Business Recruitment Ambassador. So just various avenues of Clemson covered right there, and then learn more and more about it, and learn more about Clemson, and learn more about people's concerns, and then I wanted to take those concerns and make tangible change to them. So that ultimately is why I chose to run, and like I said, it's been the best decision ever.
So can you explain to me, because as a Clemson student, I'm a senior right now, I really don't know too much about what goes into being student body president. What are some things that no one would really know that you do that I guess takes a lot of work, or you didn't know going into it? For
sure, yeah. One of the funniest things that I told this to my buddies the other day, I had no idea, was being on the search committees for new open roles within the executive leadership team. So I was recently on the provost search team and the chief police search team. So that was pretty interesting. I didn't really know what a provost was until I stepped into the role. But it was fun. I got to interview them, and ultimately we landed on Cole Smith, and he's a Clemson alumni. So that was super fun. Some back-end stuff, just working with administrators, working with Dr. Poole, the Dean of Students, Dr. Hollenbach, Vice President of Student Affairs, and then President Clements. That was also, and then the committees that I sit on. Today I have a meeting for the Athletic Council, which I never could have imagined. And then I'm on the Academic Council, Parking and Transportation Services Council. There's so many different boards, but it's fun to hear the back-end business side of all of those things, and meet the executive leadership team. I've gotten to know Graham Neff pretty well and support their staff and all those endeavors. And then obviously pushing my initiatives that we set out and said to the student body when we were running.
Wow, that's amazing. So how do you think some of that stuff affects your social life? Because at least for me, if I told my mom, I'm just chilling with President Clements and the Vice President of Student Affairs, she'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, when I told my mom I was running, she was like, no way you win. And I was like, thanks for the belief, Mom. But yeah, I would say the busyness of it has affected it. People recognize me, but I really don't do it for the figurehead status. I hate kind of being recognized for it.
Really?
If people ask me are you involved? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in student government. I'll never really pitch my title just because I don't want people to, I don't know. I just don't like it being out there, and that's not the reason I'm doing it. So the social life, I definitely miss some times with my roommates and stuff, but I try to be present in all avenues. But like I said, it's a 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. kind of job, but it's definitely worth it.
Tell me a little bit more about CUSG. Do you feel because I know you said you don't really do it for being the public figure, almost the face of it, but do you feel like a celebrity sometimes? Do people just come up to you and oh my gosh, are you student body president?
Yeah, which I thought it was going to end in April, but it's still happening. But yeah, I always try to shut it down real quick and just say I am, but I'm Zach. Nice to meet you. Like, where are you from? Kind of thing. So, yeah, it does at times, but I try not to be, just because, yeah.
So, what did your parents say when you got elected?
Yeah, so my mom was actually in town. It fell on ring ceremony weekend.
Oh, wow.
So it was one of the coolest weekends ever.
Yeah.
We actually got the email when I was with my mom, and we got to celebrate together, which was the sweetest thing ever. So she's the best, and she's my rock. So it was amazing that I got to experience that with her. And then right after I won, we had like some softball tournament with like some sorority, and my fraternity and I won that. So it was such a
cool.
holistic Friday, and then Saturday or Sunday, I forget what day it was, but I got my ring. So.
Oh, that's amazing. That's like a full circle moment. I love that.
For sure.
What is something that you have done as president that you are really proud of?
Yeah, so one of our Senate clerks came to me. His name's Brady Kessel, and he came up to me with the idea of doing a homecoming float. So this year, student government put on a homecoming float alongside Student Alumni Council and then Volunteers for Life and ClemsonLIFE, the ClemsonLIFE program. And that was one of the most wholesome things that we've accomplished. Like, we really wanted to like create a tradition. A little like homecoming floats is pretty fraternity sorority dominated with Side Central Spirit. Like, they're the only organization, and Central Spirit puts it on. So like the undergraduate student body, 30% of it is in Greek life. So there's still that 70% where people didn't have a chance to do it. So we called it the People's Float. That was the name we gave it, and anybody can come and contribute to it. I remember Sunday, all of Student Alumni Council was doing the ring ceremony. And I was out there hanging chicken wire and putting the framing up for it for 15 hours right before the rain. But one of the kids came up to me and was like, "Can I help?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, what are you involved in?" He's like, "Nothing. I thought I could come help." I'm like, "Absolutely." And he was out there with me for like 10 of the 15 hours. Like, that right there like made it so wholesome. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that was dedication, because I know on some people's like Instagram stories, it was like, come down at like 2 or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
and you want to like build the float.
Yeah, 2 a.m. is when they finished building, but yeah, it was 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. and it's a grind for sure. Especially, I think we got 4.5 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And that was brutal. We were just standing in feet of mud almost. It felt like.
You guys did it though. It looked amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about your other organizations. I know
sure.
you're in a fraternity and a couple of other things on campus.
For sure, yeah. The fraternity was like my foundation at Clemson. Like, I came in, didn't know anybody at Clemson, and from the get-go, I did recruitment for fraternities. So I went through that process, met a ton of great guys, ultimately landed at Pi Kappa Alpha, and I mean, that's such a blessing. Like, those are the guys who are going to be standing with me at my wedding for sure, no doubt about it. So I'd say that, and then from there I got involved with Order of Omega, which is the top 5% is what they say for Greek leaders. So I actually served as Vice President of Finance for both. I did it with Pike first and then Order of Omega. But that's kind of where I got the leadership skill sets to equip myself for this role.
So I don't know if this is like right or wrong. I'm not in a sorority,
For sure.
but I was told that each like fraternity and sorority has some type of like thing that like makes them who they are. I don't know if it's like a saying or something that they support. So like, what made you join your fraternity? And like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, when I went through recruitment, ultimately I was just looking for a group of guys that like had like-mindedness approach to things, and from the get-go, like, these guys just poured into me and they were genuine. So I felt like I was wanting to be there rather than me wanting to be there. They wanted me. So I wasn't just going to be a number in their organization, or I wasn't just going to be paying dues to pay dues. So that was my draw to Pike, which was awesome. So like I said, I jumped in head first, and I had 120 best friends from the get-go. So
that's so cool. So how often do you think you have to like switch up between organizations? Because I would like, your calendar must be like booked and busy like all the time. I would have to color code everything.
I 100% color code everything. Google Calendar is my best friend, no doubt about it. But they all fall in line one way or another. I definitely miss out on some like socials for our fraternity, but it's nothing that I can't show up late to. You know what I mean? So I go through all the organizations. I prioritize student body president first, and then everything else underneath that, just because I'm a general member now in all these other organizations. So
how many in total like organizations are you a part of? Because I think you said like, I want to say at least 5.
It's probably 5 or 6. So College of Business Recruitment Ambassador, Order of Omega, Pi Kappa Alpha, Student Government. IPTAY Student Advisory Board, and then I help with like ClemsonLIFE stuff. So
for sure busy.
exactly.
So tell me a little bit about like Order of Omega and like your position and what you do.
For sure, yeah. So Vice President of Finance, you manage the budget and collect dues, or the initiation fee that we put on. One of the things that Order of Omega does is just try to bridge together all 4 Greek councils. So MPHC, MGC, FSL, and CPA, which is, I know those are just a bunch of abbreviations I threw at you.
I was about to say, could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so MGC is a multi-Greek cultural, so it's like like for example, MI is in DPhi-L, which is the Asian Interest Sorority.
Oh, okay.
NPHC is like the Divine Nine, I believe. And then CPA is Panhellenic, which is the girls. And then IFC is the Interfraternity Council, which is the guys. Okay. So one of the coolest things that Order of Omega does is puts on Greek Week, which is like kind of bringing together all the competitions between all of the 4 councils and organizations within them to come together and bridge that community. So
how did you get involved in that? Was it mostly like within your fraternity that you learned about it?
For sure, yeah. So one of my fraternity brothers was the president of the organization. So he encouraged me to apply, and I applied and went through the application process, and that was it.
So you said you were going to try to become president of your fraternity. What was your position before you got elected as student body president, and what is your position now?
Within the fraternity?
Yeah.
I'm a general member. I make our T-shirts. That's about it. So, but
I mean, that's an essential.
Somebody's got to do it.
I know, right?
Yeah, I got a little creative side of me. I know that might be shocking.
What is like the best like T-shirt you think? Is it like tiger-like puns or?
We always try to get make it Clemson specific. So
okay.
We'll bring in the tiger mascot on the graphic design. So it's always fun. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I'm sad I got to give it up soon. But yeah, but before that, I was the treasurer so I ran for president my sophomore year. I ran against this guy named Parker Brooks, and he was a 5th-year senior and had been on the exec board for 3 years. So obviously lost that. I slated down to treasurer, which treasurer was awesome because I got to do a lot of the things I wanted to do within the role of president through that avenue. And it's like everything operates with money. So being able to use that money to put on the events and help assist like our social chair and recruitment chair in that avenue was so grateful. And then we use the student funding board, which not a lot of students know about, like student organizations. So we got $10,000 from them when I was sophomore treasurer. So that was awesome. But our budget was like $300,000. So I don't know why they trusted a 19, 20-year-old with that.
To do all the financing.
I think I did an all right job. I like to think so.
That's really impressive. That's like a LinkedIn post. That's a resume builder.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome. Your resume too, like in LinkedIn, must be off the chain.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely, it's long, but I always try to remember. President Jim Barker told me once, like there's resume virtues and there's eulogy virtues, and he's like, when you die, you don't want to be remembered as XYZ, like treasurer, student body president. So I always try to maintain that and have that perspective because it's like I'd rather be remembered as like a loving guy, like you know what I mean.
So that's really cool. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
So next up, I know you're really excited. We have our game.
Let's go.
We will be playing Two Truths and a Lie. We will both be giving 3 statements, and we will decide which one we think is the truth and which one is a lie. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
I kind of want you to go first.
No, you gotta go first.
I'm scared that mine's gonna be bad now, or it's not gonna be as good. Okay, so my first one is, when I studied abroad in London this summer, I saw one of my Clemson classmates. I was at a gala last semester, and I almost met a former president. I met President Clement the first day I toured Clemson.
What gala?
It was an African American museum gala of the African American Museum that just opened in Charleston, I think it was.
Okay, and what program did you do abroad?
I did a arts and humanity program because I'm an English major, but it was with music as well. So it was like kind of like a music, like English program.
Did you get to talk to President Clements?
It was like in passing. He was taking a lot of pictures with people, but I was with my dad and he like injured his foot. So he was on this like scooter. So he kind of sought us out.
It's gotta be the gala. The gala's a lie.
You think so? No, it's not the lie.
What is?
The President Clements
lie. No.
Yes.
The scooter was like, all right, that's too true. I feel like I can't.
Well, on my first tour, my dad did have like the scooter, but we didn't see President Clement.
Gosh dang it. That's a bummer. All right, is it my turn?
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay. All right, I've hit a home run in Death Valley and Doug Kingsmore Stadium. I have taken the Carolyn Bells class.
Carolyn, okay.
And then I have a Clemson tattoo.
Where's the tattoo?
I told my PR person, I told her I wouldn't tell y'all.
Okay. What year did you hit?
Last year.
When?
In April and March.
And what was the third one?
I took the Carolyn Bells class.
What do you think is like the best thing that you learned in the class?
I did a recital.
What was the recital? Like the Carolyn? What was
Like Tillman Bells. I played Tillman Bells.
Oh.
Yeah, and we had a recital at the end of the semester. That was like the course. There's 12 students.
What is something that I wouldn't know about like the course that you learned?
It's like that instrument is the largest instrument in the state of South Carolina. The bells are.
I want to say tattoo.
I
Is
have a
it that
Clemson
really?
tattoo. I haven't taken the bells.
Dang. Oh, you made it sound like I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, my buddy has taken the bells class, so I know I've played them, but I haven't.
Because the PR person, I was like, is it really?
I did tell her right before. I was like, "Can I say this?" And she's like, "I told her I was like, I'm gonna shout out her." So Rosie Hannah, I didn't tell her where it's at, wherever.
That's actually really funny. What made you want to like get the Clemson tattoo? Because yeah.
My roommate, or it's not my roommate. Sorry, one of my fraternity brothers lived with me my freshman summer, and he was like, "We got to get something to like remember this." And I was like, "Let's get a tattoo."
Were you like you have to get like the angle correct and everything?
We have the same tattoo. His is a little bit bigger. He always tells me.
Okay. Well, that was really good. No, that was good. I was not gonna guess that right at all.
I was super excited for that question. The two truths and a lie.
No, I was like the bells because I've never heard that before. Like someone taking that class.
It's a class. You can take it. I'm not musically inclined, so you wouldn't want to hear me play it.
Tell me a little bit about the IPTE Student Advisory Board that you're a part of.
Yeah, for sure. The IPTE Student Advisory Board is like, we try to be the liaison between the student body and then Clemson athletics. So promote the Solid Orange Friday initiative at Clemson, the tradition. Obviously, you should wear orange on Friday if you don't already.
Have you missed a Friday?
I haven't.
Okay.
Not since I've been on the board. But we have committee wars. So I'm on the membership committee. And in our committee, like games that we play, if you get caught not wearing orange on Friday, you lose a point. And the person who catches you gains a point. So it's pretty fun on the internal side of things. But
Yeah.
on the external side of things, like we put on events like the punt, pass, kick. They're doing an event called Derby at the Doug, which is like you get to hit in Doug Kingsmore Stadium. And then they have like a skills contest in Little John. So you can play like basketball in Little John. Punt, pass, kick's coming up this week. So you can like play around within the indoor football facility. But it's such an amazing avenue to serve like Clemson. It's like such a unique like niche realm of service. So
What do you think is like the most exciting activity that you've been a part of in the organization so far?
yeah, punt, pass, kick is like by far my favorite event that we
Really?
put on. And
Is everyone super competitive in it?
yeah, everyone's like, I gotta kick. Like, I mean, there's so many kids here like who played football in high school or like even soccer. Like a lot of the girls come out and they can kick a ball 40 yards, and it's like so impressive. Like I can't even kick a ball 20. I'm like, we need to get these people on College Game Day kicking these field goals
No,
for
actually.
$350,000 or whatever it is. But it makes me realize like how much talent Clemson has in like the most
Yeah.
random avenues.
So ClemsonLIFE too, can you tell me a little bit about that? I personally don't know like too much. So just with someone coming in not knowing anything about ClemsonLIFE, like how would you explain it to them?
Yeah, ClemsonLIFE is a program for students with intellectual disabilities, but it's more to like integrate them within like the university level. So like ClemsonLIFE to me has been such a blessing. I really wasn't too involved with it until my junior year. They did like the inaugural class for ClemsonLIFE Rush. So we had I believe there was 12 students rushing from the ClemsonLIFE program. We ultimately took one. His name's Charlie McGee. So he's my little in the fraternity now. Like,
Really?
one of my best friends. Like we went into it thinking we were going to change his life. And he like ultimately has changed mine. Like I'm doing Thanksgiving with him down in Florida. Like our families are meeting like next door neighbors. So he's such a blessing and such a light in my life. So that ultimately gave me the perspective like I need to pour more into this. So like through like student government, we just created a Secretary of ClemsonLIFE experience position where we have ClemsonLIFE student on our board in our cabinet, and then just doing things like within ISAB, like we always do, like a pump, pass, kick, or like a skills contest with the ClemsonLIFE students, just to give them that experience and just like intertwine them within our communities and in our boards. And I was talking to Beth Clements, the First Lady, President Clements' wife, and she made such a good point, like integrating them into who we are, like as a campus. And obviously, we've been like in such good light with them in the news, but integrating them within like our lives now, like when we do own businesses someday, like I 100% will be hiring like someone like Charlie, who's like one of my best friends. So it's so empowering.
How did you learn about like ClemsonLIFE first coming to Clemson?
I guess just like seeing them around campus. I mean, they are everywhere. They do the coolest things. They're at every basketball game. Like I met Charlie at the Duke basketball game my freshman year in line, and we waited in the line for 6 hours together.
Wow.
So that was like how I like really got to know. I did Best Buddies, which is like an international organization in high school. So like I hung out with kids with intellectual disabilities, but really, like Charlie always says, like the only disability is a bad attitude, and
I love that.
I love like pitching. I don't say disabilities as like a negative term, but yeah.
So sadly, this is coming to an end. So we have our rapid fire questions to wrap up. So for the rapid fire questions, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions and you just have to answer as fast as you can. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Nervous.
So, orange or purple?
Orange.
Go-to coffee source during campaign season?
All in coffee.
All in coffee, okay. Most Clemson thing you've ever done?
Get a tattoo. I don't know.
You could have said like becoming president, but that was good too. What song would you play when you walk into a meeting? Like kind of like your hype song.
Yeah, Freebird.
Freebird, okay. Who would play you in a movie about your Clemson experience?
Oh gosh. Matthew McConaughey.
Really?
I love Matthew McConaughey.
I mean, I'm not mad at that one. I can't remember the last Matthew McConaughey.
He wears the wrong color orange though. Burnt orange.
Yeah. If he can change that, and that would be a great movie.
Just for me.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. So to wrap up today, Zach, what advice would you give to Clemson students?
Yeah, I told you the resume virtues versus eulogy virtues, but for incoming students or any student at Clemson, like my biggest piece of advice is to find a mentor, like find someone who's, whether it is a professor, whether it is a peer, like someone who has walked the path that you want to be on. First and foremost, like that is my ultimate advice, like have a mentor, have someone pour into you. And then number two is just get plugged in. Like Clemson has over 500 student organizations. There's an avenue for everyone at Clemson, whether you believe it or not. You just got to tap into it. So my encouragement on involvement is to find one that sounds interesting. Get plugged in with that too. The one that sounds interesting to you, get involved with one like within your college. So for me, that was College of Business Recruitment Ambassadors. And then find one that sounds like daunting to go to. But the ones that are most daunting to go to are the ones that you ultimately like find the most joy out of. So
that's really good advice. I feel like, do you have that like ready? Like
not
right now
really.
is like,
I mean, I
change it up every time.
At convocation, and it's like true to me today, and I wouldn't be where I am without like taking my own advice, if that makes sense.
Well, thank you so much for coming on
Thanks
the
for
Between the
having me.
Stripes podcast.
This is
Our
so
first
awesome.
guest too.
Gosh, such a blessing.
And thank you for tuning in to Between the Stripes. And you can subscribe to Clemson Student Life and comment down below who you want to see next. Go Tigers!
Go Tigers! My 2 piece in a while.